This video is about how to make the subassemblies for the Magrav. These are the subassemblies.
That's the capacitor tray. That's coil number 1, number 2, number 3 for the stacker.
Part 1 is about how to assemble the stacker trays. A finished nano-coated stacker coil with a coating of GANs will be assembled with the stacker tray parts and a central sun GANs ball. The parts will be fastened together with nylon cable ties. Start by threading the cable ties for the inner coil. Position the stacker coil and the GANs ball over the stacker tray as shown. Then thread the cable ties through the holes in the stacker tray cover. Gradually lower the stacker tray cover and pull the slack out of each cable tie. A small leather-capped awl is used to align the holes for the cable ties. Thread each cable tie through the holes in the stacker tray. Turn the parts over and join each cable tie. I like to use long nose pliers for this purpose. Repeat the process for the outer coil. Turn the parts over and join each cable tie. Trim each cable tie with small wire cutters. Repeat the process for each stacker coil.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's the coil number 3 subassembly all done.
Part 2 is about how to assemble the capacitor tray. I'll be using these metal winding rods to maintain the alignment of the spun coil connectors.
These are winding rods, basically, that I use to make these small spun coils. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the ends of them into these, and then I'm going to, once I got 4 of the ends on, I'll thread it down through. And so it holds everything in a position. And then once everything is in position, I'll push these rods out by putting these in, and a little bit at a time. Okay, each of these capacitors has a pin side and a coil side. And the coils were not annealed, so they're not softened, they're original hardness. And the pins were annealed with a torch, so they are softer for a reason.
Start by threading the connections from the coil sides of 4 of the capacitors onto one of the metal rods as shown. These are the parts with the original hardness, so they should be threaded first. The connections on the pin sides are soft and malleable, so they should be threaded last. This is the reason why they've been annealed with a torch, to make them easy to assemble. The reason why the capacitor coils are not annealed is because they are easily distorted while handling.
Put this in here like this. Okay, so then you swing them around. Now we connect these ends. So we get the spun coils in approximate positions. So they're like in approximate position. I put the rod in here. Okay, that one's ready to go. Okay, we got one side in. Now we got to straighten. We got to align these pins, the spun coils. So you just align them in approximate position. They're not perfectly straight. Okay, so now that rod is on. Okay, now we got to insert them into the capacitor tray in the right order. Okay, so that's how they're going to sit in the tray.
Thread a cable tie through each end of the capacitor holders and secure them to the capacitor tray.
Okay, so there they are. Now the next step, I'm going to cut these off and then I'm going to push down these connectors through these holes a little at a time. Yeah, now just back and forth to get it the rest of the way in. Okay, there it is. It's a lot easier when you only do one at a time. So now I just gradually put it in. Okay, so that one's in position. Okay, now all of the wires are in place. So only a couple things left to do, like I got to put a couple of cable ties to hold down this thermal switch. But before I do that, I'm going to mount a thermocouple onto that with this mounting piece right here, so it touches it. And I'm not going to do that until the final assembly. But this is basically finished, the capacitor tray assembly. There it is.
I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching.